Well, I thought tonight was a good old-fashioned physical Big Ten game. You had two, I thought, desperate teams. We're in the back half of the conference now, and two teams they're fighting like crazy, to try to keep pace, in this league that's been so difficult this year. Couldn't have been more prouder of our guys. I thought we kept our composure down the stretch. Both teams were having a real hard time scoring. And, fortunately for us, we were able to get the stops we needed in the last minute. And, Boo made 4 big free throws there under pressure. Our bench, I thought, was really good. Barnheiser, Verhoeven, and Martinelli. I thought those 3 kids came in, gave us great minutes. And just feel fortunate to win. I mean, we've now played 2 incredibly tough games with this team and couldn't have more respect for this program and Greg and what he does, and they usually win close games. I mean, that they've been a benchmark for that, and something we've tried to get better at, and we've done that this year, and certainly this was a great win for our program.
Questions for Coach Jeff?
Chris, different coaches have approached guarding Steven Crowl differently. For example, Shrewsbury from Penn State said, we don't want to double him because if we double him, other guys can get involved. You obviously have come in with a different approach and have worked both times. Can you just explain what you hope to accomplish by doubling him and giving some of them guys some open looks?
Yeah, I just think, they do such a great job of teaching poise in the post. And when you don't double Steven or even Tyler and even Chucky, for that matter, those 3 guys, they do a great job of keeping extended dribbles, 4, 5, 6, and they're so good. And eventually they get you right up under the basket and you're forced to foul them or they usually score because they have great footwork. Trapping the post is a staple of what we do. It's something we do pretty much every game. We believe in it. We just feel like if we can take away inside points, and you might be susceptible to some threes. We gave up 9 tonight, but at the end of the day, they had 52 points. And, so overall, really pleased with our D and what they end up shooting, under 40% for the game. So give some of those guys credit. I mean, Connor's a heck of a shooter. Obviously, Chucky, with those 2 guys, you're rolling the dice a little bit with your rotations trying to get to them. And we lost them a few times. But to hold Tyler to 2 baskets and Steven to 2 baskets, we felt like that was going to give us a good chance to win.
Right up front here as soon as you get the mic, Coach.
Coach, between Michigan and now today, Chase has had a little struggle shooting the ball and then also some long scoring droughts today. What do you think you need to do to get your offense where it was only just a week ago against Minnesota?
Yeah, I think part of it is we haven't really been able to practice a whole bunch, and through this stretch we've had to, this was our 6th game in 13 days. I mean, we just had 2 weeks where we played 3 Big Ten games in each week. So you have to be really careful in between those games how much you do. And, I think from an offensive standpoint, we've had a little bit of slippage in terms of execution, screening, spacing, things of that nature. And also give Wisconsin credit. I mean, they do a really good job. They're a good defensive team. I mean, they do a really good job of taking away your threes, making you play, 2-on-2 in those ball screens. And, I thought our guys hung with it. They were 9 for 23 combined. I thought Chase did a better job tonight of, taking what was there, and had some good looks that he didn't make that he normally does, but just proud of how they kept playing. And we now have a few days to get it right, hopefully. We only have 2 games this week instead of 3. So it'll be nice to get home and have a couple days to practice and maybe get better, because I thought we were humming a little bit offensively. And part of it is in this league too, the coaches are so good. When you get to the second go round, you see the scores go lower and lower because coaches are taking people's tendencies away. They're taking away your favorite plays, and you really have to adjust as an offense to continue to be successful out there against really good teams.
Todd in the back, Coach.
Chris, how did you see your defense against Hepburn in the last minute? You got a big block from Brooks on one of the drives and were able to force a fadeaway. How did you feel like you guys did there? And was that kind of the intention to make him?
Yeah, I mean, man, it's almost like he's like Damian Lillard. He's going to go left and shoot the step back, and even though it's coming, it's harder said than done to stop it, and late game they're going to open the floor and he's going to get to that left hand, he's going to shoot that step back, and I thought our guys, he hit a big one, there with about a minute to go that was tough and contested, give him credit, and then I thought the next 2 possessions, we did a better job kind of forcing a little bit tougher shot and then coming up with the rebounds, not only getting him to miss but then rebounding both of those shots. He's a tough cover, he's strong. He's a shot maker. It seems like Wisconsin always has those guys, no matter who their team is. They always kind of have that guy that at the end of the clock can get his own shot and deliver late clock. So tonight we were able to, get the job done. And you get a little fortunate too. I mean, he's going to make those too. He's going to make more than he misses. I've seen that all too often in his career. But, just try to get on that left hand, knowing that he was going to shoot that pull up and do your best to contest it and live with the result.
Right here, Coach.
Coach, can you talk more about how effective the defense was today versus even Michigan? I mean, like you said, giving up only 52 points, and then you look at the stat sheet, there's not many steals that Northwestern got, but it felt like even when the offense went maybe dry a little bit, the defense forced Wisconsin to also go dry on offense. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's really been our calling card all year long. And again, not having a whole lot of time to practice these last couple, we've had some slippage with our defense as well. I thought we made a lot of mental mistakes and didn't defend very well against Michigan the other night, and that was something that was frustrating because our defense, on nights like tonight, our defense has been able to win games for us. Early in the season, we were really struggling offensively, and we've still found a way to win because of our defense. And I thought that was the game tonight. And I didn't expect anything different. Like, I knew Wisconsin, they had just had a huge win at Ohio State. They played great. They finally got all their guys. Klesmit was back. They coming off a big win. They're at home. I knew it was going to be a game that both teams were really going to fight for, and I knew it was going to come down to the wire. And fortunately, our defense was able to do the job tonight, and I thought we matched their physicality. They're a physical team, and we are too. I mean, I'm not, and it's not fouling. It's just two teams that really are physical, and they put their bodies on you, and they make it hard on the other team, and they did that with us, and it came down to that last 2 minutes, and fortunately, we were able to make enough plays to win.
Okay, the final question right here in front.
Coach, going off back to those last few possessions, as an opposing coach, recently, or this season, Greg has elected to go with Checky and just let him work in late in possessions. As an opposing coach, is that maybe easier to guard as opposed to when they run their normal offense, or is it?
No,
I don't know.
No, I'd rather him not have the ball. I mean, he's, if you're playing against us, Bowie and Audige are going to have the ball. I mean, that's what you do. Late in the game, you put it in your best player's hand, and you trust him. And he's delivered, man. I can't tell you the countless amount of games that I've seen. I remember the Purdue game, watching when they win the league. He steps up and makes a big three, and that's where they want the ball. They're going to give him room to operate, and that's kind of what they've always done. They've always done a really good job, and then they get late in clocks, and they've always had that kind of one guy that kind of could bring them home and be their closer. And Chucky's that guy, and he made a big one with, a minute and change to give him the lead. I thought it was a big shot. And then fortunately the next couple times we were able to get two big stops. But I wouldn't, if I was coaching the Wisconsin team, I would put it in his hands too. I think Greg knows what he's doing.